Welcome to the Yucky Mommy podcast. I am Holly.
And I'm Jess.
And we are so excited to talk to you this week. We have so much to go over.
Our moms are yucky.
The sweater, honey. Sorry, honey.
Yeah, it's Zuri's favorite. I got it last Sunday. We went after church. We went shopping.
Oh,
we
really?
got Kittenish,
Oh, right. And Zeke was holding a snake and I had to show the kids.
Yeah, apparently that snake causes issues in Hyde Park. I had no idea.
Whose is it?
Her name is Pearl. So last night when I went to dinner with girlfriends, I was scrolling through something and I was like, can you guys believe that Zeke and Xander held a snake? And my friend was like, who goes to Hyde Park a lot, she's like, that snake causes uproar because apparently they bring this snake to the park, like to the like where the park is, and parents are like freaking out, which rightfully so. But apparently it's a nice snake, but still. So
it's a nice skate.
I mean, I think it's still like pretty dangerous. I don't think maybe this snake. Okay, so what happened is really quick. We'll post a picture of my kids holding it. We did last week too. Xander actually held it too, which I was shocked. So we were eating after church. We went to Goody Goody, which is in here in Tampa. Went to the window, we got food, and we were sitting in the fountain area. And all of a sudden, Zeke is like, there's a snake. And I'm like, oh gosh. And then I see that the owners were with it. Yeah, they were just like, it was just like slithering in the grass. They're like using their iPhone to take photos. So
wait, they let it like
slither in the grass.
Oh no.
The snake is probably only like this big.
It's big though. Isn't it like a what's it called? Python?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Like the ones thick. Like there you hear all those horror stories about.
Of course. And then you get scared because they're like, yeah, it's a nice snake, but it only takes one moment for an animal to wrap around its neck and go, for an animal to get angry, right? So it's like that fine line, but I felt like a cool mom for a second. Xavier stayed way far away. Xavier was like looking at me like, why are you doing that? Like, are you out of your mind? And you know me, of course, and then right when they stopped touching the stick, everybody wash your hands! Like freaking out, yeah.
Oh my God. Didn't think we were going to start talking about reptiles,
okay,
I'll just start talking about
that's funny.
The biggest, craziest thing that happened last week.
Yeah. Would you let your kids touch the snake?
Yes.
You would, right? Like my friend
care.
last night was like, no, absolutely not.
Who cares? I let them touch. Listen, I already made them really afraid of Florida. Like they are not allowed to do really anything.
You had a really interesting situation like 2 years ago in your backyard.
Oh yeah, a huge alligator. Kid you not?
Massive. You have videos. We gotta post.
If I would have just like that day we came home from school, if I would have just like let them outside to go to the neighbor's house and run, they would have been eaten. Like I swear to God.
I forget. Was there a lake behind?
There's a reserve behind.
But like reserve like us? Or there's
yes, there was a reserve like you guys with the woods, and then in the back there was a big pond. But like it's far. Like this alligator, it was mating season in the spring, and it's mating season in Florida for these alligators, and so that's why it was like traveling around and it was making like these ooh like sounds. Yeah, like I swear to God, my kids would have been eaten.
That was huge. I remember that was kind of like when we first started really like hanging out.
Oh my God, yeah. That was like
you gotta find that
3 years ago.
You gotta find that video.
And Bianca was small, and they were like hanging out with the neighbors a lot at this rental we lived in. So they would just like run over there. Like the neighbor's dog would have gotten eaten. Like it was a whole.
We had this is Florida thing. So if you're listening to this wherever you are, we had an alligator eat a dog here in our neighborhood.
I heard about that recently.
But the dog was like tiny, a little Yorkie.
And didn't they like let the dog go too close to the pond?
Well, what happens is apparently these animals, like that's why I'm not an animal person. But apparently animals like that, especially the alligator that was in that pond, that was in our neighborhood, but just like across, like we don't live near water, but they monitor behaviors. So like the alligator would like go back and forth and look at that the dog would come out at a certain time and run and play, and it would go to the fence at a certain time. And then one day he's like, you're not playing no more. Got the dog.
I mean, alligators are dinosaurs.
For sure.
So, I'll tell you what happened.
That's a good transition. That happened really smoothly.
So I'm not a big Busch Gardens gal, but I've realized it's because my kids have always been too small and I've always just loved the zoo.
Yeah, Busch Gardens is a lot of roller coasters.
And it's really, I felt like at the time it was like huge, like massive, tons of walking, right?
Yeah.
So I would go like maybe once or twice a year. But my friend like loves going there. But anyway, Tuesday morning, I have Bianca, and my friend...
Tuesday of this week.
I always have Bianca on Tuesdays. And the mom that I usually work out with was like, hey, we're going to Busch Gardens today. Like, if you want to come. And I was like, you know what? I haven't been, like, mentally well. Like, I should get outside. It's a beautiful day. Like, sure. Like, we'll go. So I renewed our passes. I go. and I'm walking with our friends. And so we go around the whole park and I'm thinking to myself, wow, like Bianca, I have no stroller. This is so freeing. Bianca's like
thriving,
not asking me to hold her the whole time. I didn't have Sebi with me, but he's older now. He's easy.
Right.
So, you know, we walked pretty much the whole park.
Right.
Like we didn't go to like one section, but I was like, it was because I had to go pick up Sebi from school. But I was like, I actually really love this. It was a beautiful day. Anyway, so we get to the end, and near the end, if you go this specific way that we went, are the alligators. And these alligators at Busch Gardens are massive.
I know,
You've seen them, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while, but they're huge.
Well, apparently, I mean, I think I remember this. Maybe it was last year or something. Like some stupid person got over the fence.
Oh, yes.
And they were trying to do it for like views or whatever and go viral. And apparently now, instead of having like the short fence,
it's taller.
It's like the short fence, and then they have the big,
extension,
huge, tall fence in front or behind. And so that was like another topic of discussion when I was there. But then we just pull up. This is like right before we're gonna go see the cheetahs and then head home. We go, it's like me and the moms and then the 3 kids, and they're kind of like at a different angle, and like we're over here, and there's people just like looking at these alligators because they're freaking huge. All of a sudden, Jessica, it's like National Geographic. One of the alligators grabbed the other alligator's foot.
Oh, foot. And they started going at it.
And they were fighting. The one like fought back to like bite him back, but then this one had the foot, spun, like it was a kill spin. You know how they spin?
No.
And like pull them in the water to like kill their prey? You didn't know that?
No.
You're from Florida, you should know that. Anyway.
All I know is that if I see an alligator, you run in a zigzag.
Roll.
That's all I know.
It's like when people learn about bears.
Yeah,
like,
you just, like we learn about alligators here, and if one is running after you, just run in a zigzag.
That's
okay,
funny.
so tell me.
Grab start spinning like it's trying to kill it. Jessica, I can't. I'm never gonna get this sound out of my mouth.
Oh, it was a sound?
It was pop, ripped off the alligator's leg.
No.
Yes.
Right there in front of you.
And
Did the girls freak out?
The kids are like staring and they're like.
Did they freak out?
They were
in
like,
a good way.
They were like, well, no, they were sad.
Yeah,
they were really sad.
Yeah.
They were like, oh my gosh. They were like,
so the foot is gone.
Alligator.
Okay, so where are the employees, the people
Nothing. So I'll tell you. So then,
I mean, I guess they can't really go in.
The one alligator that like ripped the leg off starts munching on it. There was not even that much blood, because every time I tell this story, people are like, was there a lot of blood? And I was like, I don't remember seeing a lot of blood. And then the alligator that got the arm ripped off, just slowly went into the water. Didn't even cry, nothing, just.
Don't cry. Well, I probably went in the water and cried, drowned in his tears.
Like, the pop, Jessica. Everyone was like, oh, and I almost took my phone out too, and I was like,
you
to
should
take a
have.
picture.
You should have.
But I didn't, and I do have a picture, like this other mom took, of it having it. I'll show it to you. In its mouth, spinning, and you see this, and you can hear it. It's like a live picture. You can hear the mom. Oh no, not the pop. Oh. You can hear the mom go, oh my gosh.
Wait. Oh my God.
Because it was.
So literally like the foot, because the bone was like coming off, went pop, pop.
It was a pop, and then ripped it off. Like it took it.
Okay, so no Busch Garden alligator tamers, nothing.
So then nothing. And
they're gonna have to get that alligator out and figure out how to get its foot back in there.
No, listen, Jessica, it gets so much better. So we're leaving, and this one kid that we're with, the one kid goes, I hate alligators. That was a mean alligator, right? Yeah. And then the zoo person was like, well, that's not very nice to say. And the one mom was trying to explain, well, we just witnessed National Geographic in our backyard, dinosaurs fighting. And she goes, oh, they'll be okay. It's all right. Like, happens all the time. And we're like,
foot's come off?
What?
So maybe that foot had come off before and they just sewed it up and it was easy to come off?
Jessica? So then I'm talking, and I'm like, talking with my friend, my mom friend. And I'm like, do alligators like grow limbs back like lizards do?
Do they?
And we were like, no, right? Like, no. Go home. We're talking with our husbands. She sends me a screenshot of a Google search. Alligators grow legs back.
Are you kidding?
That's why that's why the zoo person was like, it's fine.
I want to have to research that.
So they grow tails back, just like lizards, apparently.
Yes, yeah. I feel like I knew that maybe.
And so apparently they also grow limbs.
So limbs just be falling
I was like,
off.
this is a great science class today. Like, what?
So was there a lot of people? Did people like run?
Yes. People were like freaking out. Jessica, it was insane.
And there has to be a YouTube on this somewhere.
I don't know if anyone, maybe, I don't know. I think it's happened before because this person was just but these alligators are massive and they're just sitting in these cages and I'm just like, they have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And
So
they're
just
laying
angry
on
with
top
each
of
other.
each other and I wonder if they're just pissed off and they're like,
well, it's funny that you say that because we were at Animal Kingdom when we went in December.
Yeah.
And the same thing, the gorillas, like, oof, it was like National
Fighting?
Geographic. Oh, yeah. And there was like one gorilla who looked old. And I think one of the younger ones, I'm not even joking. Like, it's so weird how like monkeys and gorillas have such human-like tendencies.
They do.
So they're like walking and all of a sudden we're like gonna take a picture and one I think he bumped like the older guy and he like bumped the shoulder and I'm not even joking, the gorilla literally like went and like pushed him. And it was like human-like. It was like,
they're like pissed.
Bro, don't bump into me.
Don't bump me.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it was like so like we were all like, what the? He literally like, it was like a scuffle. I was like, we were so confused. That's why, guys, listen, I feel like Holly's more of an animal person. I am not an animal person.
I would love a dog.
No.
I love cats.
A good segue there.
But
no.
I just don't want to deal with the hair in the
I mean, you
house.
could get a hyperallergenic dog.
I don't want a hyperallergenic. I don't really think that they're that cute. Sorry to anyone that has one.
There's many different hyperallergenic dogs, though.
But I like the long-haired dogs. I think they're really cute.
Well, then you're going to be cleaning up hair.
Anyway, so I also went to Gasparilla. I feel like I should talk about that.
For those of you who don't know what Gasparilla is.
Yeah, we talked about it last week. Like, it's this 500,000 people go to this. It was a beautiful day. Usually, Gasparilla is cold.
It's usually cold and, like, rainy.
Yeah. Or just, like, cold in general. It was a beautiful day. I got a tan.
You did?
Yeah, it was very nice. But, like, tons of walking. I was like, I didn't want to go. My husband wanted to go. And sometimes you just have to make sacrifices for your significant other. But it really trickled down into the rest of the week. Yes. It really trickled down into the rest of the week because I was just not happy. Like, it just didn't do my mental health any good to be there. And I was like, I'm literally doing this for you. You better be really nice to me.
Yeah, right.
But I just, like, have no interest in, like, partaking in, like, that. Like, I just told him, I'm like, I'm just not into drinking anymore. Like, I'm just.
And I mean, I don't
that's really
drink,
what
as
it
you
is.
guys know, and I used to always go to these sober. So, like, you don't realize, like, me, I'm, like, walking, and what I would see is, like,
What?
and it's not even, like, the younger generation. It's honestly the older generation.
It's everybody. It was
like,
everybody.
I mean, I just see people, like, laid out on the ground. I mean, it was just.
I mean, I saw a lot of college
walking.
kids. I mean, there was college kids there because I talked to a few that were literally, that traveled from, like, what was it? It's a really prestigious college.
Harvard?
No,
Brown?
not.
Yale?
Maybe. No.
Vanderbilt?
C.
Duke?
See?
Cornell?
Cornell. Like, there was people.
How do I just, like, named all these Ivy League schools.
Your kids are definitely going to Ivy. But no, like, there was people from all over and they were all carrying these jugs.
Did you post that?
No.
Somebody posted on IG that's like, this is the new oh, my friend Jordan Jackson, shout out to you. He posted a picture of a
jug.
Yes, it was like a gallon jug, and they made some sort of drink in it.
Yeah, so, and I asked one of the girls, I was like, what is it?
Yeah.
It was like fruit punch with vodka.
Yes.
And they're saying that they're doing it because and maybe some hydration in there.
Yeah, electrolytes or something.
Yeah, they're doing it because they said they don't want to get roofied or some shit.
Yeah, no,
I'm like,
literally,
that's not why.
Jordan posted a photo, and he's like, what is this? Like, and it was literally like kids walking around with gallons, like Publix gallons.
Yes, every single kid. Every single person.
Could you imagine? Like, we were like back in the day when it was a fitness thing to do, I would get judged for carrying a gallon of water bottle. Like, and I would always carry the gallon. I would literally carry a gallon jug, and I would be judged because I was like, I have to carry the gallon or else I'm not going to drink it. Now it's like the cool thing
water.
to do. Yeah, water. Now it's like the cool thing to do. They're like walking around.
Yeah, and
Gasparilla. Who wants to walk 5 miles holding a gallon? But then also, isn't that a lot of alcohol?
It was a lot. And I'm like, so then I'm thinking, you see all walks of life. And I'm also just like, what the hell? Like, I could never, if my kid ever wants to go to this, I'm coming to make sure they don't get dehydrated.
No, but imagine if it was like in June. The dehydration, they would have to have hydration stations every.
That's what I'm saying.
3 feet.
I think about that all the time. I think about that all the time. Like, if you're on a boat partying, like, remember when we won the Super Bowl? And Brady,
you went on a boat.
And Brady
during Gasparilla one year, no?
Yeah, I did, but we couldn't take it out because it was so cold. But remember when we had the parade?
Yes.
The boat parade?
Yes.
And Brady came off the boat and he was like so dehydrated?
Yeah,
it's because he's so dehydrated.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, Gasparilla was fine. Nick got his fill. I don't think we'll ever go unless we do the pirate invasion, like on a boat, like early in the morning.
Video that you posted from Resurgent Films or whatever.
She's so good.
I was like, I need her in my life.
She's so good. She did video for me for my birthday once. But yeah, she's amazing. But
we should post that because some people here probably have no idea what we're talking about.
I know.
It's literally, think of like an invasion of when she just said the pirate invasion. Guys, there's like, and if you come to Tampa, the boat is always docked there, like on the bay.
Ship.
Yeah, the pirate ship. It's like, I saw like the pirate ship on the top. There's even people in the top on these little things. I would be so scared. They like climb this little ladder. Yeah. It is, I mean, it's definitely not my vibe. But you went to like a party?
It would be fun to like go, yeah, we went to a party. We were all over. We were trying to get to a tent. We didn't make it over to the tent because we didn't have the passes, but our friend, it was just a whole thing. Then we just ended up at someone else's party.
Mardi Gras.
Yeah, it is like Mardi Gras. You're catching all the beads. Like,
I don't think anybody's showing boobies, but
no,
I mean, maybe.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't put anything past these people at Gasparilla. It's a little cold, though.
It was wild. I don't know. We walked way too much, and that's the one thing I really don't like about it.
Yeah, of course. And when you're sober, you cannot get an Uber.
You can't get an Uber, and you're walking
Where'd you park?
so far. I don't know.
Like, where do you guys park? That's what I always wonder. Like, how do you park? And then I'm like, the thought process is you get an Uber there and drop you off, but then how do you get an Uber back? And then everybody...
Oh, I parked at my friend's house.
Okay.
And then I Ubered down. I parked at my friend's house, and then I Ubered down, and then I had to walk really, really far to get another Uber to go back to my friend's house to go get our car to go leave.
It sounds terrible.
No, it's just something of its own. But yeah, like I said, I will only do it unless there's like a legit like party and I'm staying there the whole time. I'm not walking up and down the parade. Like, it's a cool parade, but I'm not doing that again. Or I do the pirate invasion really, really early in the morning, and then I go home.
I mean, we've been talking about this, but like partying at this age and doing that stuff, like I think as like moms, you realize like the energy is it's just not the same.
Like
last night I went to dinner, and I went to dinner at 6:30. You guys went to dinner at what, 5:30? 6 o'clock. Yeah. Like that is the prime time. And I think as moms, we're just starting to realize like earlier is better, least path of like resistance where I can wake up, like you were feeling it all week, probably. Exhausted?
I mean, yeah, just tired, but like, it's just, I don't know. Anyway, so.
Shifting gears.
We got a lot of, we'll shift gears. If you want to try Gasparilla, you got to come to Tampa. Happens once a year. But it is kind of, they have events all throughout like the month, like the season of Gasparilla, but that's pretty much it. Yeah. The kids' Gasparilla was actually more enjoyable this year because my kids are a lot older.
Right.
I could never take babies there. I did it one year and I was like, I'm never doing this again. But the kids' Gasparilla is fun if you want to come with your kids and do that. No drinking, no drunk people. Like, it's really like low key. We got a lot of about the Lululemon situation with the shorts.
Oh, I got people messaging me.
Disgusting.
Messaging me saying only, like, no offense here, guys, but only a white girl would not say anything to the chick. They're like, she's like, they're like, Holly is so sweet, so nice.
I am.
But she's definitely not Latina, like my friends from like high school and stuff like that. I was like, because she didn't say anything. They're like, we know Jess, you would have said something. I was like, girl, I would have called her right away.
Listen, if this was like a close friend, if it was you or like, you would never do it.
I would never do that.
But I'm just saying, if it was someone closer to me, I probably would have said it. Or if it was someone that I didn't know at all.
Question, does she still follow you?
Yeah.
So she knows me.
But I don't think she's that much, I don't think she's on social media as much. I had her on Facebook, but I unfriended her a while ago.
Okay.
Because I was just so appalled about the situation. And if you don't know what we're talking about, last week I talked about my Yucky Mommy moment being like the reselling of these Lululemon shorts that I bought, and it had period stain in it, and it was like obviously washed, but like it's in there, and I ended up just donating them. I got a few questions about it. I ended up donating them. I did not keep them. I did not confront her because I was like, this is just so disgusting. Like, what do you even say? Like, I just was like, she is karma coming for her. That was disgusting. Like maybe she'll get the barf
literally
dress.
like, Holly's literally like the nicest person. I was like, trust me, I know. Trust me, I know.
But speaking of Lululemon, I wanted to just discuss, I have this Lululemon hack. So Nick is like, yeah. Okay. I love Lululemon. I think that their quality like lasts a really long time. There's other brands that I also like
Vuori.
Yeah. Love Vuori. Zella. I like Zella. Like, I think that there's a few that I like. I like Aloe, but not so much for working out, just more for like leisure wear or yoga. But there's these shoes that I really wanted during Christmas, and I've used their running shoes. Lululemon came out
you were
with
like one of the first
workout
ones
shoes.
to get
I was
them.
like one of the first people, but it's because my husband has a sweat collection and he's had it because he played.
Yeah.
And now he's able to use it for me. It used to be you couldn't use it for girls, but now you can.
I had it. I had Sweat Collective. Well, actually,
I
had R&D. That's what it used to be called.
Oh, yeah, that's what Nick had. So it just like kept going. Anyway, so that's why I've always gone to Lululemon. And I wanted they came out with like this new shoe. So it's not a running shoe anymore. It's like a strong feel. And I do a lot of like weightlifting, right? Like I'd rather do that than run. And so I was like, okay, I'll try these. I needed a new pair. But they didn't have the color that I wanted. So I was like, what the heck? So I waited a few weeks. I was like, it's Christmas. That's why. So I waited a few weeks and it was just a specific color that I wanted. They had it in other colors. I just really wanted that color. Went back to the website a few weeks and it showed that it wasn't on there. So I go into the store and I'm like, hey, listen, I really want this pair of Lululemon
sneaks, but
this color. Do you have them? And she looks on her thing and I literally looked the day before and it said that they had them.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, well then I'll just go home and order them because I had a gift card from my dad and I really wanted to use it. So I went home to go order them. They weren't there. So then I go back to the store the same week and I was like, listen, what is the deal? And the guy was like, oh, I see them on here. Like, do you want me to order them for you? I was like, yeah, but like I went home to go order these and they weren't showing up. And he's like, well, sometimes like the stores have more access than you do online. And I was like, huh. So that's the hack. Go into the store and if they say they have it, order it there.
Yeah. And they do free shipping to your house.
They do free shipping.
And you could use your gift card and you could use your Sweat Collective.
Yes.
So I've never used Sweat Collective online.
Yes.
Maybe Xavier does, but I never use it online. I always just use it in the store.
No, yeah, Nick uses it online.
I haven't really bought anything Lululemon in a while. I bought 2 sports bras.
I don't like their sports bras.
I bought like the one strap.
Oh, but that's cute. That's like a top.
I bought the one strap, and then I bought the one that goes like
crisscross. Yeah. But that's cute. You can wear
that. I mean,
like,
I worked out. Yeah, but I worked out in it, guys, and like I don't know if I'm the only one, but if I feel constrained,
I don't like that.
So I tried working out. It did not work well.
I don't like that. I heard people are calling teenagers screenagers.
Why? Because they're always on their screens.
Yeah, like, and then they like have bad attitudes because if you do know, like with toddlers too, like I can tell if my kids have a bad attitude or they've been on the iPad for too long. But I didn't know that they were called screenagers.
Yeah,
isn't that so
makes
funny?
Total sense.
No, I was just wondering, do you think that hall passes are still a thing for couples? Like not an actual hall pass, but like if I asked you like, hey, what's your hall pass? Like it's a joke. Like, do you have someone in mind?
I don't have anybody in mind.
Me either.
I wonder if the guys do.
I don't think it's really a thing anymore. But I was thinking like Taylor Swift is definitely Nick's hall pass.
Taylor Swift? I know who Xavier's is.
Nick is a low-key Taylor Swift fan.
I know who Xavier's is Christina Milian, but she's beautiful, so.
She is beautiful.
She's Cuban, so.
She's very, very pretty.
Yeah.
But like, I was just wondering, is that still
But like,
a thing?
I'm pretty sure that if you asked, like how we just knew theirs, they definitely would not, like Xavier would have nobody.
Nick would not know.
No, I don't even know.
I mean, I love Justin Bieber, but that's weird to say. Because I like Hailey Bieber, so like.
I don't really have one.
What I say?
Like, there's
Bradley
this, like,
Cooper's really cute.
There's just like this Brazilian, like singer that I saw him on Instagram. He's like so cute. He's like not cute. He's like handsome. He's like 6'7". And he's like this massive man, but like
massive man.
But I literally do not like. Xavier could probably not name anybody.
No, for him or you.
I know his.
No, but does he?
No, he would not. He would not know mine. If they're like, if he would be like, all right, if you said Xavier, actually, why don't we do that after here? Let's film him and let's see what he says.
Be so funny. I'm gonna do that at home.
Yeah, we'll film him.
Also, do you think that when your kids are so young, like this age,
5 and 6 or whatever,
5, 6, 7, like 3, 4,
yeah,
do you think it's creepy or not, or just like normal to be like if you have Zeke, right, and then you have a friend. Like and
Bianca.
You like make a joke, like Bianca, you make a joke like, oh, they're girlfriend, boyfriend.
No,
I don't like that either. Nope. But I know a lot of people do that and they do it out of like, not in a malicious way. They just do it because they think it's cute.
The only time I think it's cute is like when you find out your friend's pregnant, be like, oh, Zoe's going to have a little boyfriend. Because like your friend is pregnant, or like, oh, he's got a girlfriend, or like I think it's okay for like Sana
like
will always be
like unborn.
Or Sana will always be like, if Zuri gets to pick a boyfriend, I want her to pick Jordan. Like that, but like I'm not gonna be like, oh, Zeke, your like girlfriend's coming over.
Yeah, I don't like that. Or like you make it so it's like boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and I feel like girls and boys are just so different too. Like Bianca, I think she's kind of like, she has friends that are boys.
Yeah.
Like she hangs out because I think she has an older brother, so she's just used to like the boy energy.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Like we went to Busch Gardens with 2 boys. Like we didn't even go with 2 like any
I have
girls.
no idea who you're even talking about.
They're just kids in her class.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just kind of like, I don't know. I just find it very interesting, and I think like Sebi, like I don't think he really
thinks about it.
He does not think about it, but I know girls his age
Zeke does.
do.
Zeke loves, like
Zeke does.
Zeke like wants to be a husband.
But does he say that?
No.
Does he say girlfriend? Because
No, you know what he calls it? Is crush.
the reason I
I
brought
have a
it,
crush, he says.
oh, that's cute.
A crush. He doesn't know say girlfriend, crush.
But like Bianca the other day was like, so and so in my class is boyfriend with, and I was like,
yeah, but maybe, but sometimes I feel like they confuse like friend that's a boy.
maybe.
Because you know, it's a boy that's a friend. It's a friend that's a boy.
She
but
had
yeah,
like a
I don't like it. I mean, I think maybe amongst them, whatever, but I don't like it when like
adults.
Yeah, it's like I literally have been in a situation where she's like, yeah, my daughter's boyfriend's coming over, and her daughter was like 7. I'm like, yeah, no.
That's weird, right?
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No.
Like you could think it to yourself in your head, but like don't even thinking it.
Come on. I mean, we're already kind of making our kids seem way older than what they are. Our kids are already like a step above we were at this age. Let's just like pump the brakes.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
come on.
Did you watch the video I sent you with LaLa Kent talking on a podcast about
No.
feeling like a shit mom?
No, what was it about?
Here, I'll just show it to you.
Oh, I have the worst mom guilt right now. It's insane. Do I love my child more than anything? Yeah, she a bad bitch. And I'm so insanely obsessed with
Okay, her eyebrows are to the ceiling.
It is extremely difficult right now. She is not easy. She kicks my ass. She doesn't listen. She cusses a lot. And I try to correct it. I try to discipline.
Terrible twos.
It is terrible.
Terrible twos.
Like, I want to enjoy her, and I feel like I'm constantly having to, like, discipline her. And it breaks my heart, right?
You are feeling bad about it, and that's gonna go away. Like your mom says.
Yes, she's difficult. Guess what else? Every other 2.5-year-old is difficult.
I don't know.
So I was watching that. I don't know. LaLa Kent went on a podcast and she was talking about her daughter, how difficult she is. I just showed it to Jessica. And I was just thinking to myself, I felt the same way about Bianca. My daughter never would cuss because we don't really cuss around our kids. Yeah. Because, ew.
Yeah.
But like,
sure.
so like they're obviously getting it from somebody else.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, if I would have had my daughter
first,
there would be a really big age gap between my kids. I'm not kidding. Like my son was such an easy baby. He even went through surgeries and I still chose to have a second. Like I then had Bianca and obviously like I love her to death, just kind of like what LaLa Kent was saying. But I didn't have a third right away because she was so hard. Like
at Zuri's age? Zuri's
more
2.5.
Yeah, like but not like talking back or not listening. It was more just like a really tough baby that turned into a really tough toddler where you can't communicate. You're having big feelings. You're really hard to like discipline, like really hard to correct. But now that she is 5.5.
Great.
Like once she hit 5.
She's not 5.5 yet. Don't age her. She's March.
I mean,
March 21st.
Yeah, you're right. But she now like 5, like even, close to 5, like she's really, I feel like, grown out of it.
Yeah. Okay.
So she still has her moments, but she's not as
But let me tell you, if she's already having this issues, like setting the foundation when they're 2, I know that that's easier said than done, but like, you know me, I'm a little on the stricter side. Like just now, like Xander was like hitting me and I'm like, no, that's not the way that you get my attention. And I tell him to look me in the eye and this is how you're supposed to act. Because I feel like
I'm the same way.
But you set the foundation because now... Because what's going to happen? But the key word for that is that she said she tries to discipline. She tries to correct her. You have to correct her. And I think, too, it's a little bit of a different situation. I don't think the father... Like, we're in a 2-parent household. Like, sometimes I'm like, Xavier, just you do the discipline this time. Or sometimes it's like me. Like, he doesn't think that I'm strict enough. Like, I'm kind of it's funny because I am strict, but, like, Xavier and I are strict in different ways. Like, they want a new toy. They want a new toy. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever.
Yeah, but
he's like, they don't learn how to say no. And I'm like, I don't really care. And he wants a little $10 snake. Okay. Yeah, like literally we just got into it yesterday.
No, yeah, I totally agree. But I also am just kind of like, okay, her perspective, I totally agree with you. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
But I also like tried that with young. Two is young. Like they don't have the mental like learning capacity. Like they're cussing because your daughter, like you cuss.
No, they're
like
mirrors.
they're learning. Yes, everything off of you.
It's so true because Zuri's easy. Zuri communicates really well. I think she's a little different, but she does everything that her brothers do.
Yeah.
You're like jumping, Zeke, stop jumping, and then the next second Zuri's doing it because they literally mimic behavior. So that's why, too, we're setting the tone. And I think we did a really good job with Zeke and Xander because Xander does not want any issues because he sees Zeke sometimes getting in trouble way too much. He's like, I don't want any part of that, you know? Like, he's just like, and Xander apologizes like right away. Like, I don't know. But
I think
it's
all
hard.
kids are different, right?
For sure.
But I also think with her situation, Lala's situation, she's a single parent.
Yeah,
if we
for
have
sure.
single parents listening to this,
Yeah.
like I know it's really tough.
Hats off.
My husband was gone all the time during that time that like my kids were babies. Like he worked all the time and he still does, but he's around more now.
Right.
Because he has a little bit more flexibility with his job, but like it is still like he's gone a lot and I am the caretaker at home and I am the discipliner and I am more strict than my husband, I would say. But there were times where I was like, I'm gonna lose my effing mind. Like I literally would I would like sometimes I would just have to walk away because I was gonna freak out.
Yeah, no, I know.
And you don't want to do that to
you have other
young
kids.
brains.
Yeah, you have other kids watching and like
right. So I have like these 22-month like in between my two kids.
That's so
like
funny. That's
Sebby's,
what Zuri and Xander and then Zuri are 22.
Yeah, so it's like they're so close in age too. And I was by myself. Like if you are a single mom and you are doing this, you're doing an amazing job. And I know it's not easy.
Amen.
Like literally, it is so hard. And I feel for LaLa. And I wish, but I just like for anyone that's kind of going through that, like it gets better.
100%.
Like
I don't think
foundation.
You have, but you have to like
yes.
You have to remind them who's boss. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'm like, who's the boss here?
Yeah.
Just because you just have to like remind them in a kind way.
Yeah.
Because if not, they're gonna be running all over you when they're 16. So, and I remember like my parents used to be like, I run this show. Like I am the boss. Mm-hmm. I'll be your friend later on. When you're in your 20s, I'll be your friend. Mm-hmm. But like, and I want you to confide in me. I want you to confide in me and be able to trust me. But like, I set the rules. Yeah. I'm in charge.
We don't want our kids to be afraid of us. But there is this thing.
A fine line. I think there's a fine line.
There's a fine line.
I'm still afraid of my parents.
The only reason is because I want my kids to grow up when they are a little bit older and be able to tell me things.
Yeah,
I don't want them to be afraid that they're going to get in trouble.
I always told my mom everything.
That's amazing.
But I'm a girl. So like I feel like Zuri and then I feel like the boys would be more apt to tell Xavier. I just feel like that's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's your yucky mommy moment?
Oh, I was thinking of this one. So we're going on an international trip in like 40 days. We're going to Korea.
You're for sure going.
For sure. Like hotels book, flights.
Really?
Oh, by the way, guys, we hired an executive assistant, Sammy. Shout out to you. So she actually just got the flight options. We're booking them today or tomorrow. Because I thought we wanted to go Delta, but I wanted her to just look up just to see if there's any other routes. But yeah, hotel is booked. We're rented an apartment in Seoul for the first 6 days. And then we're going to go to the city that we played in for 3 days because it's their opening day. Mm-hmm. And we're going to do like signatures with the Scruggs, and Zeke and Xavier hopefully will throw out the first pitch, all this stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then we're going to go back to Seoul and then fly out. So it's a 10-day trip. But my yucky mommy moment is last year we went to London and Paris. We brought the boys and we brought my parents. Zuri was set to go on this trip with us. To Korea. Yeah, we were going to take her. And then I kind of just like reeled it back in and I decided that we're not going to take her. So I feel yucky about it because I want her to experience these things, but she's 2.5 and it's not so much the flight. The flight is tough. So if we're going to go the way that I think we're going to go, like how I did it, it was Tampa either to Atlanta or Tampa to Dallas and then Dallas to Incheon, which is Seoul. And that's like a 13-hour. So I don't mind the 13-hour flight. What is hard for me is the 14-hour time difference. So when we get there 13 hours, I feel now that we're like spring back, fall forward, whatever, I think it's either 13 or 14 hours. So my thing is like, okay, cool. My parents were going to go. was going to go. I just felt bad because whoever would be there and if Zuri went, someone I feel like would always have to be in the hotel with her. Because one, it's like this 14-hour time difference. Then she wants to nap. And then the games are at 7. And then she's tired. So it's like, I'm going to be paying a $4,000 flight for her, another hotel room, a $4,000 flight for either Judith or my mom. And it's just, they're just going to be sitting in the hotel room.
So who's going?
So it's Xavier and I, the 2 boys, and we're taking Judith. And she is so excited. So my parents are going to stay back in State Missouri. Judith is literally our nanny. So it's so funny because I get emotional thinking about these things. She came to this country 7 years ago. And think about living, she's going to be 49 this year. So think about living like 42 years of your life in a communist country, not knowing anything, right? Like you just, it's your life. Like you go to work, you do things, but we're literally working for the government. Like all your money goes to the government. And she's come to this country now and she met us a year and a half in to living here. We've changed her life. She's like, we've gone all these places. So when I asked her, I said, do you want to go to Korea or do you think you prefer? And she's like, I want to go. And then I was like, did you ever think in your life that you'd be going to Korea? And she's like, the way she said it in Spanish, like translating it. And she's like, girlfriend, I didn't even think I was going to be going to like Sarasota. Like that's literally how she said it. She's like, I didn't even think I was going to be going to Siesta Key, let alone going to like
Korea,
Asia.
Yeah.
So that's like the good thing is we're not taking Zuri. So the goal is that when Zuri turns 5, so she'll be 3 this year. So 2026, we'll go and everybody will go. It will just be like a lot simpler because this trip is going to be kind of quick. 10 days is, it is a good amount of time.
That's not that long.
But it's not enough to like, for Zuri to like, the boys are at the age where if like, say we are going to, I don't know, Ensol Tower and we go from like the hotel and it's like a 20-minute drive. If they fall asleep for 20 minutes, they're good for the rest of the day.
Remind them how old your kids are.
So Zuri's 2.5. She's not going. And then the boys, by then Xander will be 4.5 and Zeke will be almost 6. So he'll be 5.5. So they're just more like we went to London and Paris and they were just great. Again, we went to Cancun in November. We brought Zuri, but still like we'd wake up by the time we ate breakfast, it was 9:30 and we were done and then we'd be in the pool. In this case, we'd be going around and then by noon, she already needed to go back in to take a nap. And at an all-inclusive resort, she just walked right upstairs and that was it. But like, it's a little different.
Yeah, I will say like kids are super resilient and like 10 days really to go that far isn't that long. So I totally understand.
I just feel yucky not taking her.
Yeah, I would feel bad too.
Xavier feels more bad than I do actually, but I just think it's best for everybody.
Yeah, like she probably wouldn't even remember it if you were to take her. She would not remember it.
That's what they said about London and Paris, and I still felt guilty. Yeah, and I think London and Paris probably would have been easier.
She will look back and be like, why didn't I go? But
we're going to go again.
You can go again and you'll do other things, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I just felt yucky about her not going. I feel guilty, but I feel comfortable in the fact that she's staying with my parents. My parents are more than, my parents went to Korea. They'll go, we will go again.
Okay.
So that's like my like I'm okay with it because we will go back again. But but what sucks is that spring break is the week before we go to Korea. So the kids are going to be out of school for like way too long. So the cool thing is it's going to work out is my mom is going to take the boys to West Palm during their spring break because we leave in the middle of their spring break. So she'll take them to West Palm for like 4 or 5 days and they'll have like a spring break with her. And then we'll probably pick the boys up, drop Zuri off and then...
that's good.
I know.
You'll be fine. It'll be fine. You do what's best for you and you're the mom and like you do know.
Yeah, and we're going to do another trip I think for Thanksgiving. We're going to go somewhere else, so.
Yeah, it's fine.
She's going to be with my parents.
Yeah, it's fine.
I just feel yucky.
But I will say like once your kids hit like 4 or 5 years old, it's a game changer. You're
like
not
when we went to London and Paris,
I didn't bring a stroller, like it's amazing.
But we went to London and Paris. We did bring the stroller, but like again, we have been traveling with our kids. Zeke went to Japan at 3 months old. Xander was born, and then at 4 weeks old, we moved to Mexico. Like my kids have always traveled. Zuri's my least traveled, which I get.
Third child.
Yeah, we do trips. We
do a lot of trips.
Yeah,
I don't think. Yeah.
Well, I'll make it up to her.
But I can understand. Yeah, I know the mom guilt. The mom guilt will get you.
We're gonna bippity boppity or something.
Yeah, and you'll be like, we gotta do something for Zuri.
Zuri, yeah. What's yours?
Well, I was gonna say like something that happened a while ago that's so yucky, but I also this week has just been, it just kicked my butt. The last 2-3 weeks has just been a lot. I know I talked about my health and I'll give you an update on that when I have more information. I just also on top of that, like my car got ran into. I definitely suffered from a concussion, which I think is playing a huge part for when I hit my head when I fell in Wyoming.
Oh God,
I think that's actually been really like effing my head. Like I think I need to go get.
I want to go do the concussion protocol.
I definitely have one. I definitely had one. I don't think I'm better now.
What is
I was very
What's a
tired.
protocol for a concussion?
Nick told me
Rest?
I had a concussion. Yes. Like, and do I have time to rest?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
No.
what?
No, yeah, it's rest. Like, you're tired, like, you're irritable, which I definitely was. Like, Nick told me, he was like, because he's a professional athlete,
right.
He's like, you definitely had a concussion.
Well, I feel like, that.
So there was that, and then now I was dealing with schooling for my son, and you just feel, I won't get into it that much because it's so long of a story. But the short of it is, we have this scholarship from the state of Florida that started this year.
Praise Jesus.
To go towards like a private school. The school that we put him in is a hybrid homeschool program, but we were told that it was going to be considered a private school because it kind of is. Like, you have the choice to go 5 days a week or half the week, which we do. And so they said they were going to be able to get
the funding
funds
from the government.
And then we were like, okay, perfect. Like, we'll do it for this year and see how it goes because we're moving and we're not really sure what to do anyway. But it's just turned into this disaster. And I tried, like, my first place was a school that Jessica sends her kids to, but I wasn't able to we ended up just not doing that. Yeah. We just decided to do this instead this year. And then I tried to
And you had your mom gut for that school.
Yeah, I know. And I've told Nick, it's like, yeah, like your mom gut. Like, she knows what's best for Zuri. And I know what's best for my kids as well. Sometimes we make mistakes.
Of course.
And that's fine. And this isn't like the worst thing, but it's like this money literally
just sitting there.
It's just sitting there. And now it's not allocated to any school. And it has just been so stressful. Like, so stressful. It's taken up days of my life.
Right.
Like, trying to figure out a solution to this problem.
Right. And this sucks because a lot of the stuff you're not in control of.
Yeah, I'm not in control of it.
You did all things the right way.
Yeah.
And then
it just didn't work out. And so now it's like, we're staying with the school that we're at, but it's like, I really hope that they end up getting the money.
The funds.
Because I'm sorry, but that's not what we agreed upon when we first started this school.
Right.
And I'm not paying you. I'm not making up for it.
Right.
Like, and I feel bad thinking that these people that are teaching my son are not getting paid, but like, that's not my problem.
Yeah.
So like, I feel so torn and so upset, and I've been so upset about it. And on top of that, like, work stuff, and it's just been a lot. So January is over.
What are we today? February 3rd.
I'm really hoping February is a better month for me.
I felt like January was so long.
I mean, you've been working nonstop. It's been insane. Like, we're recording this on a Saturday.
Yeah. Because
we have been just so mentally drained and so busy this week. We have Valentine's Day coming up. We have Fat Tuesday coming up, which we can talk about next week.
What is Fat Tuesday?
Do you know what Fat Tuesday is?
Yeah, it's a Mardi Gras thing, but...
Is it? I thought it was a Polish thing. Like punchkis and stuff?
No, I thought it was a Mardi Gras.
Maybe. I don't really know. I thought it was a Polish thing, but I also thought like
February 13th.
Sweden apparently celebrates it as well with a different kind of pastry.
It's also Pancake Day.
Pancake Day. Yeah, so it's like a day.
It is. Mardi Gras. It's a beginning. Mardi Gras 2024 falls on Tuesday.
Yeah, the 13th, the day before Valentine's
Fat Tuesday's the last day of carnival season. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
But it's also the beginning of Lent.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have that coming up. We can talk about that.
We might be going to the Drake concert.
Tomorrow. We'll see.
Which is, yeah.
We'll update you on that as well.
If that's the case, we will not be recording next week because we'll be recovering from being up until 1 a.m. on a Sunday.
Yeah, because Drake apparently comes... Okay, also, why did Drake... So I go out to dinner for this dinner that I planned weeks ago, and I talked about
across the street from the arena.
Across the street from the arena, right?
Where Drake is.
I know, and I'm like thinking to myself, I didn't know that Drake was performing on a Friday and not on a Saturday and then on a Sunday.
He only had one day originally, and so many people, I guess, wanted it. They added a second day.
Wait, so was Sunday the original day? Or was Friday? Why wouldn't you do a Saturday? Is there a game tomorrow or today?
No, is it an All-Star break, you said?
It's All-Star break. There's no game, so I don't understand what's happening.
He probably needs a day in between to recover, just like we would.
Do you think some billionaire was like, hey, I need you to like come perform at my house on Saturday. I'll pay you like shit ton of money?
I mean, maybe. Apparently he's staying at the Edition.
Okay, so I go into the Edition yesterday and we go upstairs to like, because we went to dinner at this amazing place. It's called Predalina. If you're ever in Tampa,
so
it's Mediterranean and it's my new favorite place. But I am
Is that your first time?
Partially Lebanese, so I was like, this is my favorite place. Like, I love Lebanese food. The what?
The hummus. Did you get the hummus platter?
Yes.
Oh, Xavier literally
Everything-
wanted to drink it.
I mean,
And Xavier doesn't even like hummus.
Everything. It was so good. At the end, we got this baklava cinnamon roll with ice cream. It was
I saw a picture.
so good.
Yeah, foodie. Cameron eats first.
So I was like, okay, it's early because we got the early bird special dinner. Let's go to the Edition just to hang out.
Was he there?
Another year. Listen to me. We are in there. We get a drink together. We're sitting in the lounge area. But before that, we were going to go upstairs. I was like, let's go to this other place. We walk up halfway through up the stairs, and it's blocked off.
Yeah,
and there's like a bunch of cops like hanging out in this hotel. And I'm thinking to myself, he's definitely up there.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Before he goes
to the concert,
to the concert.
He probably just gets a little car, hops, scoops. He's on it at 11. He doesn't go there
100%.
10:45.
I was like, he's definitely there.
Yeah, he was staying there. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So we're not going to the Super Bowl, but I guess because we just said Edition. But Xavier and I are going to. I'm going with Xavier to New York
This weekend?
on Super Bowl Sunday next weekend. Yeah, so we're going Sunday.
Wait, why?
Because he's working at MLB Network Monday and Tuesday.
Oh.
Just 1 hour. He's a 1 hour show, 6 to 7. So we're going Sunday to Wednesday for Valentine's Day.
Oh, for Valentine's Day. Yeah, this was like our Valentine's Day dinner that I did. Because Nick's going to be out of town next week.
Oh.
Wait.
Not
this coming
Sunday,
weekend, the
next.
following.
No, we are this coming weekend. No, this coming weekend. Tomorrow, today's the 3rd. The Super Bowl's not tomorrow. It's the next Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're leaving on Super Bowl Sunday to
But
fly.
that's not Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day's that week.
Oh,
the
yeah,
11th.
that week.
Super Bowl Sunday's the 11th.
Well, we better figure out when we're going to record.
Yeah. Got to record back to back, so we'll just do some outfit changes.
Yeah, right? Well, thanks so much for checking in with us on the Yucky Mommy podcast. We would love to hear your Yucky Mommy moments.
send them over.
It could literally be anything. I'm not going to call you out. I promise.
No. We won't say your name or anything.
No, we just want to hear some stories.
Yeah.
Just that's it.
All right, thank you guys, and
Bye.
catch us next week. Bye.
Our mother